Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever been forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. 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 Your gifts were never gone. You were never lost. Even if the world didn't hear you, you will be found. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, and welcome to my table. If you're new here, hello, my name is Zachary. It's nice to meet you. If you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So I'm just going to get right on into this message. Today, there were no oracle cards pulled in advance beyond this message of the siren and a siren wound coming through. So let's investigate this a little bit further, my friends. This message is for somebody who has experienced some sort of trauma, whether it's in this life or another that's been carried over into this life, that's affected our ability to tap into more of our lower chakras. So root and sacral specifically, and also the solar plexus. Those of us who have experienced certain kinds of trauma that affect our ability to tap into these more naturally, we have a propensity to be a little bit more aligned with our upper chakras. So heart, throat, third eye, crown, soul star, etc. This comes from a place of essentially not wanting to be here, right? Some sort of fear, pain, trauma that caused us to disconnect more from our lower chakras to connect with and ground with this physical experience. So you may be somebody who has or does experience this life partially outside of your body for the most part. This would be not necessarily somebody who's having an out-of-body experience or traveling, that sort of thing. This is a little bit different. This is somebody who is having a hard time coming home. Okay? So let's get into this. I do feel we're going to start here with the Starseed Oracle. Just one here. Spirit, to start off this message for my Siren tribe here, those of us who resonate with the Siren song, the journey of the Siren. What do we have going on here, please? Ooh, do you want both? You do. They were saying two, but why was one? This one is standing out here as one. Okay, let's examine this here. Let's examine. What's going on here? So, Earth School to start. What a perfect start, Spirit. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. So when this card comes through, this is a perfect energy to start with, like I said, for what we're talking about. This is a reminder that coming here was not ever meant to be void of pain or trauma. It's not excusing or accentuating or bringing, being dismissive towards this experience. This is a reminder here, though, that Earth School is hard. Earth School was always meant to be difficult. Learning through pain is a part of what we're doing here. I like this imagery too, as I'm talking about those of us who have a hard time staying in our body. It's like we're coming back home, coming back home. I keep saying that, and I know a lot of people will talk about, like, I want to go home, right? Especially star seeds, if you resonate with star seed energy. I want to go home, wherever that is outside of here. Right now, home is here. And the more that we try to separate from that experience, the more we're going to have a bad time. Okay? So, double mission. This is the most important. That's why 1. Okay. 2 and 1. Got it. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Double mission. So Lightworker Starseeds serve the world by being you. When this card comes through, there's a reminder that we do have a double mission here. We're here not only to fulfill something, some sort of greater purpose. We all have different things, that we came here to contribute to the greater experience. And then there's also a component of this mission where we're intended to be and enjoy and live through what it means to be human. So if you are somebody who's struggling with those lower chakra connections and wanting to get out here all the time, both of these actually coming through. Great reminders that we're meant to be here. Okay? So I want to we'll do one of these and then we'll get into some tarot oracle card mix here, kind of switching things up. What else for my sirens do we have going on here, please, Spirit? With this message. Grounding! Okay. Grounding. Perfect. Sorry, 1 second here. I've been, with my recording, my computer keeps shutting off. I need to make sure this is still recording. Sorry, guys. It is. Okay. Stay open. Why are you doing this to me? All right. Last couple readings I've recorded, it's been shutting off. So I do, records from other areas, but this is the better audio. So anyhow, grounding coming through here. Very interesting. As we're talking about grounding, tapping into these lower chakras. So thank you, Spirit. 555 on the timer. We're really diving into this idea of grounding, and with the anchor here too. This does draw me back to sirens. So sirens themselves in lore come from Greek mythology. Odysseus running into the sirens, being lured into the shore there, is kind of bringing, oh my gosh, this is coming forward here in the message for me too. We're supposed to have gone through Mercury retrograde. We are still in the post shadow, but I feel like I'm still kind of feeling that coming back home myself, okay? All right, let's dive into, we do want to do this, okay. For my sirens, I'm going to do Oracle first and then Tarot. I do feel that today. So, for my sirens, can we look at the path right now that they're on? What's going on here? Which one? You want this one? Okay. Sea Serpent here, that is the sacral chakra. So we're talking about these lower chakras here. I'll bring this down here. What is blocking this energy, please? So with the Gazelle to start. Hey, there's Phoenix. The Divine Phoenix Rising here. And this actually, you know what? Perfect, that's popping through. This is the root chakra. We've had root and sacral both come through there. This is the energy rising from the root chakra to the sacral to the solar plexus. Now, Gazelle. So this being our path right now, I do feel like there's an encouragement towards, or we're looking to find comfort. We're looking to find that outstretched hand, right? In that song that I sang in the beginning. The Gazelle talks about a comfortable home, good food, cozy things, right? Very Venusian, Taurus kind of energy. So we're searching for some comfort as comfort has been taken away from us. What energy is blocking this situation for us right now, please, Spirit? Bottom. The beaver. This is, I do feel a bit of grounding energy from the beaver here too. This is like a solid connection to our family, to our roots, yeah, to our stability, our structure, foundation. I feel like for some of us sirens here, right? Some of the sirens, there has been an experience, particularly with family, where I'm gonna just keep this awake. You guys get to watch me keep my computer on. I don't want to take any chances. Um, there's been an experience of trauma surrounding the family in particular. Both the root and sacral chakra can be said to be attached to like father and mother. Father's more the right side, mother's more the left side of our energetic experience. But it feels like there is something going on that's blocked surrounding participation with the family. Maybe you've had to separate from your family. Maybe that's not a safe place, right? Okay, what do we need? What do my sirens need here at this time? The camel. Want the camel? So camel here, this is remembering that we have what we need here in this journey. We have what we need to get through. The camel has water in its hump. It's also able to regurgitate its food so that it can eat it again, right? It has everything that it needs to get through this journey. I feel like this energy is coming through as a reminder that we do have everything that we need. Whatever it is we've experienced trauma-wise, this is a separate issue or situation that needs to be addressed or taken care of, but we have what we need to get through this journey. Even if this wound happened in another lifetime, we have what we need to heal this wound, okay? All right, let's dive a little deeper. Do the Crow Tarot today. Crow, yes. The Crow Tarot. So I want to start off here, please, Spirit. Can we look at, where are my sirens here? Where are my sirens here in this journey? Do you want all of them? Yeah? Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. I feel that. Nine of Pentacles here at the bottom. Working towards our independence or feeling this stability again. Having what we need or using what we have, because we need it as well, to support ourselves in this realm, in this world. Okay. Let's look at this a little further. So Three of Swords to start. Where are we at here? Sirens. Heartbreak. Here's the trauma. Here's the pain, the loss. Whatever it can be many different kinds of wounds. When we do experience a big enough trauma, it can be said that the soul essentially splits off from this experience. Now, the soul doesn't actually split away from itself, but it does remove itself from the human experience. So we've had something either life-threatening or, I mean, there are many traumas. I don't need to specifically go over these, but some very vile traumas. Ones where we've had our sovereignty taken from us, choice, right? If part of the soul doesn't feel like it's safe, it will leave this experience. At this point, we need to be able to make the vessel safe again so that these pieces can come home. We call this soul retrieval when we're doing things like shaman work, okay? So it feels like there is a bit of, with the Queen of Cups here too. So we're in this process. There's a bit of, I get this kind of back and forth, like we're so close to having this component come back home. This feels like it's something connected to our inner child as far as creativity, that sort of thing goes. So the Queen of Cups coming through here, intuition, healing. It's a very Empress energy. There's a component of this in the shadow of protecting our emotions. What I'm actually getting from this is we've moved from that Empress energy, that divine component of energy, more to the Queen of Cups after this trauma's happened. So we still have access to the healing, the nurturing, the intuition that the Empress provides, but there's just something that's missing there. And it's hidden underneath what's being protected, the wound, the trauma. Oof. Okay. With Nine of Cups coming through here, this is a heart's wish. This, especially being disconnected from the lower chakras here, using the heart, those of us who have been disconnected from our lower chakras, and I've definitely experienced this in my own life. There has been a reconnection over the last couple of years, but it's taken dedicated work. I've mostly gone through my entire life not knowing what it felt like to connect to these lower chakras. Maybe you're in that place too. I've spent most of my life, especially from a young age, getting the hell out of here. And I'm very well developed in my upper chakras. Being the heart's wish here with the Nine of Cups, this feels like this is what we've been using as our base or support because we haven't been able to tap into the lower chakras. This is a good and bad thing, right? We may have a very developed heart space, which is beautiful, knowing how to connect into that. But if we're not able to ground that into this experience and tap into the sacral, the solar plexus, our true identity, our ability to create, our ability to transmute things, okay? Then we're not really able to utilize these upper chakras to the degree that we actually can. So I feel like we're shifting, okay? I feel like we're starting to feel that there is a need to connect to the lower chakras. This feels more like somebody's aware of this rather than this being a new information for you, okay? The Nine of Cups can symbolize a child too. This may involve a child, okay? I don't like to get too deep into that for some of you, but that could be a part of the trauma or wound. I feel like for most of us, though, it's directing us back to that child when we were children. This is when this wound happened. I'm going to pull one of these here, please, for where we are here on the intuitive journey. Happiness and stress. Well, doesn't that sound about right? So happiness, new discoveries that lead to celebrations, love yourself first. And stress, cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments. What I'm seeing here, like the happiness is the goal, right? This is our natural state. With stress, to cleanse and detoxify, I'm seeing these kind of like black cords or bands around us as a human being bound, right? Being bound or constricted in what we came here to do or experience, just being a human. This feels like we can break through it pretty easily, but there's an awareness that needs to happen, that it's there, that there is a restriction. Why is that there? Why is that there, please? There's the Empress. Interesting. To hold the vessel, to hold the vessel. So like I was saying here with the Queen of Cups and the Empress, like whatever happened to us, we were demoted. And that doesn't sound quite right, but we pulled away from this Empress energy because of what happened. Our ability to soar, and she's here on the throne. Having our wings clipped. It feels like what I'm seeing is a Christmas tree that's been bound, for travel. When something's kind of packaged together so it doesn't fall apart, Got it. Okay. All right, let's move a little bit further into this. It's time to unbind ourselves here. Like a cauterizing of a wound. Got it. That was never meant to be a permanent situation, okay? All right, let's go a little further into this. So the root of the trauma is what I'd like to look at. I got to figure out what's going on with my computer here. Root of the trauma, looking at this core wound. Can we talk about this a little bit further here, please, Spirit? The core wound for my sirens. What's going on here? The Ace of Cups. That's interesting because this cup was standing out to me here on the Empress. Kind of back to the vessel here. Page of Pentacles, too. Again, this cauterizing or like cutting off a portion of a tree that's growing. Stunted growth. I'm getting this, we're working to expand. Those of you this message is for, you're feeling this call to expand, or you're just feeling it happen. But there's something about your experience where it's getting stunted. Feeling hollow, like there's this energy or experience gift even that you're used to tapping into, or you know it's there, kind of like are your wings, right? Your wings being clipped. You still know, like a phantom limb, you still know what it feels like, but you can't use them. Okay. But the root of your trauma here, starting with the Ace of Cups, this is being filled, number one, having a healthy vessel, that cup, and this vessel being filled so much with spirit that we're able to do whatever we want or need to in this physical realm. That Nine of Pentacles, that was put away, but um cracks in the vessel. Yeah, I'm seeing that, like it's like a mesh, like we can consider a broken cup and then a mesh going on the outside of it to hold it together. But this was only meant to be temporary. What is this mesh? What is this mesh surrounding the trauma, please, Spirit? What is the mesh? Knight of Cups. An act of love. Ooh, interesting. 1919 on the timer. That gives me chills. So the Knight of Cups, again, we've got the vessel here. Knight of Cups, this is a dreamer. This is somebody who is very creative, very loving. They're in love with the idea of love, a romantic. I'm getting kind of that from Harry Potter, where his mom protects Harry when he's a baby. That's how he's able to survive Voldemort, that sort of thing. It was a standard spell that was taken to another level because of the love that was a part of it. This feels like a portion of you here, though, the Oversoul. So when we come here, we don't fully incarnate because all of our energy cannot be expressed here in a human experience. All of us, okay? This feels like that component that is watching over, right? That wasn't a part of this experience. Interesting. I'm getting grandma. For some of you, it could be an ancestor in that way. We worked together. Oh, okay. Ooh, I like that. And that makes sense here with you got the crow and the horse. Woo. Nee. Like this was a spell that was cast. This mesh was a form of protection to keep you together long enough to get to the point of seeing that you needed to put yourself back together. Ooh, interesting. Anything more on that, please, Spirit? With the Knight of Cups. There's the Eight of Cups. This is a need to walk away from something. The Star, hey, the Star, renewed hope, okay? Fortune after difficulty. But with Eight of Cups, a need to walk away from something, feeling like something is missing. The way that these cups are situated, it looks like there's one missing, but there's not. There are actually 8. So, we're feeling like something is missing here. That's an interesting energy. It's not that something is missing, like kind of. We need to put these pieces that are being held by that mesh of our vessel back together. But everything is here. We have everything that we need to do that. There isn't a need to grab something from somewhere else to make this whole, to make us whole. But being aware of this is very important. Let's see here. How about, I do want one of these. On the Eight of Cups, recommendation here, please, Spirit, advice. Recognition. I just said that, to just recognize it. Being able to, and embrace, find peace with your current state of being. Recognition, admiration for your hard work is coming. Like, it's not enough to just be like, oh, I'm aware this is what needs to happen, and then it's done. But awareness is the first component. That star is standing out to me, too. Like, things not being what they seem. Ooh, interesting. What I'm getting is, like, to see through another's eyes. Through heaven's eyes. Interesting. Ooh, I have all the chills on that. What in the heck? What about that, please, Spirit? Urban Crow Oracle here. Seeing through heaven's eyes. Growth. This component here, this crow that's standing above, this perspective. Like we're being given instruction when we connect to the divine, of course. And the star is very much about balancing our chakras and connecting to the divine in that way. To ground. What I'm getting is like when we're grounded and we look up, we don't get dizzy. Interesting. Okay, let's move a little bit further into this, please, Spirit. I want to look at these gifts. What are the gifts here for my sirens? And I am doing an extended on this, you guys, if this does resonate with you. Links will be in the description of the video here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe as well if you haven't already. These gifts, what are the gifts that my sirens possess? I feel like we do want this one. The Seven of Swords. Yeah, no, that's totally on point for Siren. Oh, totally. So, like I was saying, in Greek mythology, sirens are not necessarily considered good or bad, demon or angel. But this is a theft, betrayal kind of energy. It's being sneaky. Sirens have had to become more sneaky because there isn't that access to the lower chakras, right? But intuition is super heightened. This is diplomacy here too. So I feel like we can be in different places. We can use our abilities for good or bad. I think in Greek mythology, it's a good example of something that I feel like it's projecting that trauma forward for a siren to behave that way, to use your gift to call something in that you are going to consume later, right? This energy can be used diplomatically too. Interesting. Anything else on this, please, with the gifts for my sirens? Five of Cups, too. So this is disappointment, regret. I'm considering that a gift. It will be? Okay. To hold this level of darkness is what I'm getting. You're used to regret and disappointment. Ooh. That's what's shifting here with the vessel, once we fix the vessel here, so that we can be filled with spirit again. But to be able to hold that level of darkness. Anything else on this here, please, for my sirens? I will be going deeper into this, like I was trying to say in the extended there. Ask your angels, seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. Past life connection, someone with heavy influence from a past life is with you. This could be that disappointment here too. It feels like, okay, you're fractured from a past experience, as I was talking about soul retrieval and that component being cleaved off. What are we asking the angels here surrounding our gifts? King of Wands, to be galvanized. That rose that's blooming out of the wand is standing out to me here. Something that was dead but magical. Us being disconnected, right? We're still magical though. We're still connected to our gifts here, but we're no longer attached to the earth. Ooh, interesting. As a tree, those roots. But there is still life and beauty that's blooming out of this. What is that song? Unstoppable by Sia is what's coming through. I don't need batteries to play. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so powerful, I don't need batteries to play. That's kind of what I'm getting here. To tap into the energetic source of ether rather than this is what we're used to. Ooh, okay. I want to move into talking about the lower chakras here. So how do we connect this experience to the lower chakras? Rest. Four of Swords. Chill. I do feel like there's this energy of like scrambling to get out of here. So with the Four of Swords coming through, a need to rest. We've got the Three of Swords up top here, our heartbreak. Taking time to heal the heart. Lying on the truth here. So the truth is that trauma's happened, right? In order to rest, though, to heal the heart versus licking our wounds. We need to trust that these swords have been hung up for good. Interesting. Okay. I'm getting this like cycle, this loop. We're stuck in this loop of playing out that trauma, feeling like we're still there, because that's what the brain does. The brain doesn't know any different. This is where time like only exists in a way that we utilize it for a specific function. When it comes to trauma, we can go right back there as if it's happening right now. Okay. How do we break that loop? How do we break these fruit loops? Justice. Justice. And there's the Emperor. Hey. Balance, right, of course. The divine counterparts, divine masculine and divine feminine. Finding our power here in the present moment. Justice is in the present moment. Interesting. It does feel like there is oh, that shut off. Hopefully it's okay. This does feel like it's I feel like that's gonna bug me. 1 second, guys. Okay, we're good. Mercury retrograde is my favorite. Our justice is in the present moment, is what I was trying to say. A lot of crown imagery here, too. The truth being inverted here, interesting. To turn the truth on its head. Make it a game. Let's play a game. Can you tell me a little bit more about that here with this justice? Divine timing, everything has a higher purpose. I'm drawn back here to Earth School and double mission. We're not dismissing what's happened to us, but there is an understanding here where we are being asked to own that there is a reason. And there is a reason that you're going to be okay, right? It was in that song in the beginning. Maybe there is a reason to believe that you will be okay, because there is. Okay, I'm going to close off here with divine timing, one last oracle here with the medicine heart, and then I am going to go into the extended. So last piece here, please, Spirit, for my Siren friends. Isha Hakama. Ugh, they're holding the sword there too. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let me read this to you. Divine wisdom is guiding your life path. It is true and real, more compelling and reliable than any confusion or concern. What might be regarded as an obstacle today may tomorrow be gratefully recognized as a much-needed protection, ensuring your path and purpose can flourish. You are on a worthy, good, and spiritually necessary journey. Though you may not yet see evidence of it, your fruition is divinely assured. Yeah! There's something about, because I was on justice here too, the blindfold. We're not ignoring what's happened to us, but we're being asked to see it from a different angle, to see it with different eyes, through heaven's eyes. Through heaven's eyes. Okay, I'm going to go into the extended, like I said, my friends. I want to look at a little bit deeper on the gifts, amplifying this as well, and what's coming in the future because of this journey, right? If you did resonate with this reading, like I said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, I'd like to continue to grow with you guys. If you're looking for personal readings or my mentorship program, those are going to be links in the description of the video here. I do have spots open for the mentorship program still, and I do have readings open and available. Links in the description of the video here too if you want to donate to the channel or support the channel more directly. All of this is going to be in a pinned comment there too. So check it out. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this message is helpful. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon. Be well.